got some cattle coming up here.
On our way to Wales.
On our way to Wales, yeah, from
But
Scotland.
the fuzzy cows are not out there. Those are up in the Highlands.
Yeah, we was hoping we'd get one of those hairy cows out here, but we didn't make it.
I still wish I'd bought that little book.
Well, it gives you an idea of what we're doing, what we're going through.
The dinner.
We're kind of hidden in the mist. But,
That's all. Actually, all we saw yesterday was the.
visibility's a little bad.
Yeah.
We do have a railroad line through there. I hope
Yeah.
it's straighter than our road.
The road, we just sprayed them that colour for going to sea.
And there, tell me the name of them again.
Border Leicesters.
What the Lisas?
Border
What?
Leicesters.
Hi,
They're very
go
unusual.
ahead. Go ahead. Make good action to the camera.
Yeah, it won't hurt anything. Go ahead. Yeah, those are very.
Breeding time down there.
Mm-hmm.
It look like breeding time.
They're just
Yeah, it's really pretty. I've been trying to get some pictures of the countryside, and it's been so foggy this morning we hadn't been able to do it. That's neat.
You need one?
no, I'm fine, thank you. Fine.
Yeah. Rock fences there, you see a lot of those all the time going through here. Typical Ireland countryside here. We're at North Wales, and this is Parafan Castle. It's down here in North Wales, it is.
Big castle.
What say, Rama?
Big castle.
This is sitting right here in a
Medieval
bay.
days.
This is inside the castle wall here.
Quarters with a justified basement. Expense. Oh, just build a castle now. Make it a good one. His architect is going to be his finest, not necessarily his biggest. His architect's a Frenchman, Master James of St. George. He designed all of Edward's castles and oversaw the building of many of them, including this one. Anything unique goes into this one.
Let's go look.
Now, the outside of the south.
This is Rama just went in, and Lou's going in. I don't know what they found there. This old castle. It's in North Wales. I'm up on the castle, up on one of the tops of it, looking down around. You can see some of the city in the background. I'm gonna walk over. The steps are very steep.
See me?
I think your Ray was making it up the top. Long climb. Ah, she made it. Now she took a look. Looking down at Rama. She can't climb up here, but I'm gonna bring her up here. Hey, now do it. Put her back down there where she belongs. Up on top of this castle, we got, I assume that's the flag of Wales coming down off the top of it. You can go down and see some of that. Then you look out over the town of Carmarthen out across the distance. Just looking off of the castle, you see the slough there with all the boats and everything, and see the manicured land across the way, mountains in the background. Beautiful country here, this in Wales. This is looking out the other direction of the castle, out across this bay, and then it goes out into the Sea of Ireland. The Sea of Ireland on out, way on out there. But again, you see the pretty countryside. This castle is just to get an idea of how thick the rocks are and everything. I mean, something else. Lots of rocks went into this little deal. Lots of rocks.
See, we should be able to walk all the way around this on here, you'd think.
Oh shoot!
Oh.
That makes me so mad. I hate that thing.
Look at him. The warrior sitting over there.
I had the silly lid on it.
Get a good picture
Yeah, I got a good one.
for people that can see in the dark.
Hey, Rema. Hello. I'm going to sweep around our battery. This is looking back from another direction here. I'm standing in a little corner window, which is kind of hard to see through. One of the gunners, I guess, or archers used to use to defend the castle. But I can't get through it, but I wanted to get this picture. Kind of an interesting view. A little different view of the castle here. I just come up a tremendous flight of stairs. But I've lost the others. I don't know where they're at. Let's give some more view. Looking from the top down. Kind of some unusual and ruins down there. And you go across to the harbor. Kind of. See the old entrances all around here. These little catacombs you crawl into, and I just climbed up through them, dark and it's narrow. This is on top of the castle here, and I'm looking out over the town of Caerphilly. It's just an old town. Been on the ocean here for years and years. I'll give you some idea. You can go down to the shops in the streets below. But part of the old castle wall here, you can see where they tore it in two to build a town shopping center inside it over the years. The parts of the old castle wall go out, and then this has been tore down. You're going to sweep on around over yonder. You can see another part of it. I think let's see. Yeah, there, you see it sticking up over there. That's part of the old castle wall. It's way over there. But they tore it down, and so you can see how big this used to be at one time. Sweep on around, you can see way over there where the castle wall, part of it way over there. So this was a big yard that they had rocked in here at one time. But now it's been replaced by modern buildings, or semi-modern, I guess you'd say. Here's Charles getting some instruction from some of the locals here. I'll pull him up. There he is. See, he's telling them how you, I don't know who those folks are there. That's in the castle wall here. Very pretty old. Huh?
There's many rock fences out there.
No.
Not now.
Yeah, we probably won't see anymore since we got the camera on.
Just imagine there's rock fence everywhere there's.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, this. I just have.
Oh, well, that's all right. Maybe I'll catch this. Well, here's one right here, too.
Oh, look at
But it's under construction though, doggone it. Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
Across to the left, across there. Well, how about that?
Right on top.
Right on top.
Got a big hedge, and see, would have been good. But
Little town down in the valley.
They got the stone.
Everything over here seems to be made out of rock. All your buildings, your fences, your everything. The castles, the whole bits, everything, all the houses are, the businesses are made out of rock like that. Run right there. All this, everything.
they're smoky.
Yeah, smoky colored rock.
Or painted white.
And people park whenever they just park. They park in the lane, the driving lane. As you can see, it's not. Sometimes they. This little town happens to have a place on the side, but most of them would come through. They just sit out there, and you have to go over to the other lane to get by them.
And breakfast.
It's kind of fence I'm talking about there everywhere over here. Everything, even out in the country, the farms are divided by rock fences like that. They'll go for miles across the fields and just be in big squares where every farmer's got his place lined up with rock fences.
Hey, there's a stone. Yeah.
This is classical of the rock over here. We're driving down a rock
Freeway.
freeway. Yeah.
It's a bridge across
Yeah.
the Smart Land.
Yeah, bridge across the marshland, which I don't think you can see it, but I'll go over here and look. I guess you can. There's what we're crossing over. Get back over here though, so it won't make you drunk looking at it. This is classical rock. Everything's rock. This is in we're in Wales. I think we're North Wales. But this is where we spent the night last night. It's a Lothian Hotel. Had a party here all last night. Kind of a pretty little place, and it's somewhere in Wales, and I'm not sure where. There's Charles coming out to take a picture.
Well, actually, you're still getting the calcium and stuff in it. You just don't get the fat. That's what the 1% is.
Well, I thought that for a while, but my doctor doesn't think so.
He doesn't think so.
He says that any time that you get, he told me to drink whole milk at one point.
Gee.
He said that that you do reduce the amount of nutrients you get from the milk. Now, if he knows what you're talking about or
Well,
not,
I
but
guess he does, but I've always
That's to just give you a little idea of some of the countryside we're driving through.
thought that was
Did you get those good curves back there? man?
Yeah, I did.
so he said you're
Yeah, I got 'em.
little.
They manicure the hedges along the roads. All the roads have got hedges, and all the farms are either hedged road or rock
See,
fences.
that's still, if I go to the store, that's
Kind
what
of
I buy whole milk. Then Dawn will get.
If I can
the-
swing out over here and get any of that or not.
We've been drinking 2% per year.
Yeah, there
It'll
we
get
go.
pretty hip here.
Yeah.
Thinking about going to 1%.
But you might check them out, because he did mention to me that, you know, when you cut one thing, you cut it off. Cut a bit of everything.
I just wonder how this is going to show up on film, like a
It did look like it should have known.
high-speed race going around these corners. or not.
Probably. I just thought I'd take a little of it, just kind of
Everything that he's studied for years.
see what it does. We're in mid Wales, I believe is what we're coming out of North Wales into mid Wales. Going down to Welch Pool to look at a castle down there. We're becoming castle experts.
Can't remember the name of the last one.
Yeah, we can't. No, we can't remember where we've been or where we're going, but we're having a lot of fun.
If we hurry back to the car and write it down
Yeah.
quick, we can remember it.
Yeah, thank goodness for our notes. That's bad when you see so many castles.
Oh, goodness.
Here's where we're going,
It's a great
Larry.
life as long as the money holds up.
Yeah.
Powys Castle, huh? Okay. In Powys or where it is?
It could be Powys.
Powys. Powys or Powys?
Powys Castle.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't just
If
get
you'll
the-
notice too, we're driving on the wrong side of the road.
Right. Yeah, all those other people are too. Fortunately.
Give them a few more thousand years, maybe they'll learn.
I think that sign says it's gonna get crooked again up here.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll only hit some turns after a while.
And narrower.
Well, I'm about to wind this down, I think. I'm just wanted to get a feel for what the roads and the countryside. I'm gonna try to shoot right through there. I don't know. Yeah,
There's blur.
there's a sheep out there.
Fun to see what comes out.
We'll have lots of whoops. Especially going like this.
Well, I don't know what that'll do. Ain't no telling what that'll look like.
It'll look shaky.
Well, I'm sure it'll look shaky because I'm moving a little myself.
Does that camera have a stabilizer?
Yes, but you don't. Still not supposed to take it going down the road.
Well, it was,
I think that impresses you over here, I guess, as much as anything, is just how green everything is. Everything is green.
There, we could heat that house wouldn't be bad to live in though up there. Look like we have a pretty view.
But like I say, just mile after mile of this, there's a sign if you're good at, well, that's the simplest words we've had. Most of these names over here is names you can't read, can't pronounce.
There's a castle out there. Well, I just saw the sign advertising it. And maybe the peak of it over yonder, way over there.
Notice though the roads, and of course when we go through these towns, their houses are right on the road too. They're not 5 foot off the main road. Everybody's yards are tiny, tiny, about double the size of a sidewalk.
Must have been it.
Well, I guess that's enough of this. Well, there's a,
It's hedges.
Intros.
yeah. Here's the Powys Castle. We're here long before it opens, but we're getting a glimpse of it here. We're gonna circle around and get a shot of the gardens a little bit.
On the backside.
Yeah, this is the back side of the castle. We're driving around it trying to get to see it.
The chickens. There's several up on the trees.
Pheasants.
Some up there.
See them out there?
All
Pheasants.
up under there.
We need to get all that.
Well, I'm going to. Let me look right through there. I think I can get. It's the Powys Castle. We're too early to get in, but this gives you a shot of the castle and the ground. It's kind of a magnificent setting up on the hill there. And then there's some of the manicured grounds around that you get. I want to get a picture of these hedges. They're manicured. That's the way MB needs to do his hedges in front of his house. And this gives you a little view of the countryside out. This is the crest there in front of the castle. Those hedges are just, I mean, manicured to the T. back up the road we came. There's Lou and Rama trying to get in, but we're just a little early. This is really pretty country around here. Just everything manicured. There's one of the little roads that we're exploring while we're trying to figure out how to get out of where we came into. But you notice the hedges are kind of high, so you can't get your bearing on where you're at because you just hedged in. But
Gee,
hard to.
can't even look for roads in the distance.
No, you can't look anywhere except straight ahead or straight up.
And the limbs are
Can't
covering
even-
the top of the road.
You can't even look straight up to the trees.
Here's our little birds
There's the
again.
pheasants again.
Yeah, away birdies.
Charlie's gonna get you for supper.
We have a breakfast yet. It's the Cardiff Castle in Cardiff, Wales, which is the capital of their.
South Wales.
Well, it's the capital of Wales, honey. Across the way, you can see the animals on the fence. This first part of this castle was built. It was in AD, I want to say 67 or 77. I can't remember for sure off the brochure. It's really one of the older castles in Wales. Got some strange stuff up on the deal there. I don't know if I can pull it up or not. Kind of into the sun here. Let me move out. Kind of see the symbols and all that's on it. I don't know what all that stands for or means, but it's a lot of stuff on it. And we'll get the ground level view here. Back around the grounds. There. Looking down. Looking into the sun here. I don't know how well it's going to take. Out of the old castle. Just climbed several hundred steps to get up here. And take you back down. That's Raymond, Charles, and Lou down there. They didn't want to come up the steps. But they're down, right down there. Yeah, I don't know if I can get them or not. Right there. Okay. Okay, this is looking down from steps straight across the stairway. And then we're down across yonder there or there. Down there. This is a part of Mall here. We're just in a little narrow deal on the street. The little buildings are just very, very small. It's like an alley, but there's little stores on each side and just little cubby holes. They got a business and everything. Yeah, got upstairs too. You see the balconies going around. Kind of a unique little mall we stumbled onto here in
And I want to hear
Cardiff.
about this
This is the
girl in here,
capital
Scott Lou. Look,
of Wales.
he's got.
This is the Cordion. It's an old Roman amphitheater where the gladiators used to fight. All that's left, of course, is the ruins, and but this is the actual place where they used to have set up watch the gladiators as they would fight. See the ruins here of the old Roman amphitheater. This was dates back in AD 70. So you can see now, of course, being used presently as a playground for kids, but a lot of history here where the old gladiators used to fight, and Caesar had set up. Watch these things, Roman leaders. Still see the old formations as was shown there in the picture. Old rock wall. A lot of history. If these could talk, it'd be a lot of things it could say, I imagine. A little correction on the date here. It's AD 90. I think I said 70 a while ago, but it should be AD 90 when this was built. This is some of the stone. As you look down into the amphitheater, you can see some of the stones are still in place. Of course, as I say, it's used as a playground now, as you can see, but you can get the feel of the size of the old amphitheater. But the fact these rocks were put in place in the AD 90 is just nearly unbelievable that it's still even here over all these periods of time. But you get a feel for the size of it. As you go back, you see where the supports were. There's Raymond Lou. Back on, this is on the back side of this amphitheater. Some of the old walls on the outer perimeter is still standing, as you can see. So this would have been part of the outside wall of the amphitheater. I was looking over in it a while ago, but it's a lot of it's still in place. The old stones are still here. Quite remarkable. I'm going to walk up here and see if I can look down through one of the shafts that went down. Yeah, that's where I guess they put the people in. They had to walk up the steps, go out into the Colosseum. This is one of the places where we stayed, and at this time we're about 60 miles, about 100 miles west of London, I guess. That's a little town we stayed in last night. It's kind of an unusual town. Little quaint city. Just looking back down, this is the street we came in, down this way. Had a good meal and a good night's rest. Heading on toward Stonehenge today. This is the Stonehenge. It's one of Britain's most, well, it's the only prehistoric site in Europe, and it dates back to 1200 BC. And they don't know how these stones were put up there, don't know how it was erected, but evidently some sort of religious ceremony went on here, but we don't know a lot about it. Some thought it was the Druids, but they said no, that was the Stone Age, and that was about 700 BC, and this dates back, they say, to 1200 BC. And they don't know how they were able to get those stones up on the others. Back at that time, there were no lifts. I can only there's just no explanation for how they got that large a stone up on top, one on top of another. Very challenging situation. You'll get your picture about the Stone Age, right? Well, it says she's windblown. It is windy out here this morning and cold. You got anything to say?
Man, you know, I don't understand those people there. They're kind of tourists that we picked up on the road here a minute ago.
Prehistoric tourists.
A couple of specimens.
And they don't have the slightest idea what those pebbles are back there either.